Hi, I'm Jason South. I've been a photographer at The Age for the last 18 years, and today I'm going to help you with some daily life and street photography tips. Daily life photography is observational photography. People doing their everyday things in their everyday places. Here's a great example of street photography. Ange Wiley, with really quick timing, has anticipated a weather event here as the wind has blown their dresses up. It's just such a good bit of timing. This is a beautiful picture, which is made more beautiful by excellent exposure. The photographer has highlighted just the highlights, which, with the roots running up towards the girl balanced on the roots there, it's lovely. Silhouettes are another great way to highlight or make an arresting image. The cloud here was the remarkable thing in the picture, and the girl on the swing drags your eye up towards this huge cloud. I really like that picture. Here's another example of a really quirky image. The image is funny enough by itself with the dog in the back in the goggles, but if you look closely, it looks like the dog also has a cigarette, which is just a really fluky freak moment in street photography.
On today's walk around, I'll take two cameras, two different lenses, a 24 to 70mm lens on this one, so reasonably wide, not too wide because you're going to end up in people's faces, and a 70 to 200. Now, really, you don't need this lens. It's just if you want to compress things and get back, and it's a lot of extra kit to take. 99% of the photos that I've taken today have been with this. I don't bring a flash with me either because that draws too much attention to yourself when you're trying to remain, part of the scenery and not have everyone stop and look at you. And you're trying to use the available light, like catch the shadows and use what's around. It does mean that I mess a lot of pictures up, but that's the beauty of digital. You're not paying for rolls and rolls of film.
Be confident when you go out shooting. If you are a little nervous, maybe take a family member or a friend along with you for a bit of moral support. Don't be secretive when taking pictures. This will draw attention to yourself. But if someone does come up to you and challenge you, just tell them what you're doing and tell them you're a member of Click and that you're shooting for a competition. If you come across someone who really doesn't want their photo taken, then just respect that. Everyone knows how that feels when you don't want to be part of something.
So earlier on in our walkabout underneath the bridge at Flinders Street, I was trying to do a silhouette, trying to get a nice dark outline of a little person walking against the enormous wall. So I exposed for the highlight of the wall, which means you won't see any detail in the person walking through. At a reasonably high shutter speed, maybe 500th of a second at f5.6, and that would have been enough. I photographed the guy training by the river this morning, and there was a nice shot of a woman sitting on the park bench watching this enormous guy doing his boxing. So you needed a bit of depth of field because they were a long way away. She was maybe 10 metres away from him. So I had to crank the camera down to about 1/25th of a second at about f8 to get enough that it would all be enough in focus so that you could see both elements of the picture. There was a man sitting in a doorway asking for money, and I asked him if I could take his picture and he was fine with it. And for that shot, I set the camera down to about 10th to 13th of a second, which means that he's nice and still in the frame, and everyone that walks past blurs in the picture. And it's a nice technique, and it isolates him and shows the world moving past him. The best bit about street photography is you never know where you're going to end up. You just start walking, and it can take you anywhere. You don't know who you're going to meet, and you just don't know what images you're going to get. And it's part of the adventure. That's the best bit about it. It's actually how I got started in press photography, and I still love it.
Like all good newspaper people, we don't miss a deadline, and yours is Monday the 26th of May at midnight. Have fun out there, people, and good luck.